Okay, so formula for the nth term of a GP, Tn is equals to AR raised to power n minus 1. This is the formula for the nth term, Tn. Remember, I told you that for an AP, don't forget, I told you that for an AP, the nth term is A plus n minus 1 bracket D. Remember this formula, right? But this is not the formula we are looking at. This is the one we are looking at for GP. All right, this is the formula we are looking at for GP. Now, it's very important to actually know also the sum of the first n terms of GP. All right, the sum of the first n term, just like I gave the sum of the first n terms of an AP. All right, so one thing you need to know is that that R, which is the common ratio, cannot be equal to 1. Okay, I'll explain this when we look at examples. But the formula for the sum of the first n terms of a GP, Sn, is equals to A bracket R raised to power n minus 1, all divided by R minus 1. This is the formula for the sum of the first n terms of a GP. Or we can say Sn is equals to A bracket 1 minus Rn, okay, close bracket, divided by 1 minus R. All right, 1 minus R. So either of these formulas can work. Okay, don't worry, it will become more realistic when we start looking at examples, when we start solving examples. Okay, when we start solving examples, then we also have what we call sum to infinity of GP. Sum to infinity of GP. All right, so infinity, remember, infinity is denoted as this is the symbol for infinity. So the sum to infinity is equals to A all over 1 minus R. This is the formula for the sum to infinity of a GP. All right, so now let's look at a few examples. All right, so for examples now, if we have numbers 2, 6, 18, and 54, here A is 2, R is 3, how is R 3? How is R 3? So R is 3 by multiplying. This R is the common ratio, don't forget. So to get the second term, you say 2 times 3, which is 6. To get the next term, 6 times 3, 18. Get the next term, 18 times 3, 54. Are you seeing what we say? So unlike the AP that you add 2 plus, for instance, now if D is 3, it's 2 plus 3, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. All right, but here you're multiplying. All right, so it's very good for you to understand the key differences. All right, so let's look at examples, further solved examples, more like word problems involving AP and GP. All right, so now basically take down this first question. Okay, take down this first question. The first terms of an AP is 7 and the common difference is 3. What is the 10th term? All right, what is the 10th term? So 10th term will denote 10th term as T10. So the formula to get a term now, T term now be A plus n minus 1, close the bracket, D. So now A now, which is of course the first term, is 7. So 7 plus 9 times 3, this will be 7 plus 27, which will give us 34. Okay, so 34 is the 10th term. All right, 34 is the 10th term. This 9, I got this 9 by subtracting it from 1.